Yo, what's up, Harley? What's up, everybody? I want to come on here and discuss Randy Stair. Randy Stair was a YouTuber, and he mainly did videos by himself and everything like that. And pretty much nobody could really see any clues how weird Randy Stair was. Just look up Randy Stair, and he turned out to be a mass murderer. You know, he went from YouTube to being a mass murderer. Can you imagine someone door that being a YouTube tuber and then all of a sudden they become a mass murderer? Hardly get that out of here. No racism allowed. There's no case in racism. Thank you, Harley. There's no justification at all in racism. Go to bed, Maddie. Okay. Well, I couldn't imagine because, like, why? You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, he didn't have no friends. He lost his brother, I think, in a car crash or something like that. He was a loner, you know. And this is for commentary purposes only. This is under fair use. It's for educational purposes as well. I don't know on this clip that's playing, so I'm going to pull it up. But first, before I pull it up, I'm going to let me see. I'm going to click on something. Yeah, how you been doing, Harley? Because I wanted to do a story on this because the story was recommended, and I thought it would be a really good commentary story on this Randy Stair. And I had to really watch out about the title because when you put murder in the title, they automatically assume something. So the algorithm, the bots, and stuff like that. So yeah, let me see. And this is under fair use. Clips that I play in here is under fair use. Okay. Me. Because I got it recommended, you know, and I was browsing through something, then all of a sudden I seen it, and then I watched it and everything like that. And yeah, this guy, you know, he was nuts, you know, and it looks like people were talking about it too. I gotta find the channel that actually started talking about it. But he was a word kid. He was a word kid. Okay, I found it. Let me see. Yeah, and I'm gonna show it on the screen. So far, I watched 7 minutes of it. You know, so for so commercial. Let me see. Get this off of commercial. If I can. Play it at the beginning so that way y'all can hear. Let's just pause it. Why it keeps on playing commercials. But I don't wanna be playing the commercials in the background. What's up, you guys? Harley, are you in here, bud? I'm doing pretty good. Cause these trolls are dummy. They're just coming in, and there's no way I could do the mods and members only thing on the StreamYards. And the reason why I'm using, yep, I'm still with Miss Passion. Why you ask that? Yeah, get all these trolls out of here, please. Thank you, man. Cause that's not what we're here for. Why you ask me if I'm still with Miss Passion whenever I'm in the car? I'm in Miss Passion's car door district. Did somebody tell you something, or yeah, me and Miss Passion's gonna be together forever. We ain't gonna never leave each other, so yeah. You was not sure, then if you unsubscribed, then why would you ask, how did you get this stream? You know? Why would you ask a question that you already know? You know I'm still with Miss Passion. She's my soulmate. Must respect, yeah. Okay, alrighty. Let's go ahead and get to the story, you guys. Well, the thing about it is with the drama, man, Kenneth, people brought the drama to the channel. That's why it was so much drama. But it's not no drama no more. All I see is like trolls. It's always going to be trolls. Yeah. You know, that ain't going to change. Because when you have a YouTube channel, that comes with having the YouTube channel. You're always going to have trolls, mean people. And the people that's trolling me, I know, who they are. So, yeah, it's not nobody else. It's only just a few people who have a lot of fake accounts. But anyways, let's get into the story. Okay, it says YouTuber turned mass murderer. The insane case of Randy Stair. Okay, I support this channel. It's called Explore Us. Explore with us. Yeah. So let's see. Let's get into it. Yeah. And this is under fair use for educational purposes only. And let's go. That's what we're here for. We're not here for all the trolls or drama.
Front of your face. You know.
That's the guy.
Welcome to reality.
You would
The man
think,
you're looking at is 24-year-old YouTuber Randy Stair. He's obsessed with two things not often found together, the cartoon Danny Phantom and Columbine. Although this
Danny Phantom. Yeah, I don't know those cartoons at all. But yes, continue the story.
should have raised red flags when Randy's descent into madness went overlooked by those around him. Nothing would stand in his way from becoming a...
Well, the thing about it is, like, not too many people think about that stuff, and not too many people really pay attention. Whenever we are watching these videos about, like, when people do videos, we don't really pay attention to a whole lot of stuff like that. So let's continue.
Mass killer. What's up, Ewu crew? It's the Raven here to share another shocking, interesting, or just strange, but very true story with you. Today's subject is Randy Stair, more popularly remembered as Andrew Blaze. Despite being known by his YouTube pseudonym, I'm going to use his legal name Randy when talking about him, as this is the name that would eventually become infamous. What makes this case uniquely disturbing is the fact that Randy actually videotaped everything, up until the day of his massacre, and left behind...
Well, videotaping everything. That's just putting yourself out there way too much. And a lot of YouTubers, even myself, is guilty of that. But I would, do nothing like this. But I'm just saying.
Eventually creating a channel called Pioneer Productions. At first, his content seemed pretty normal. He created Let's Plays, filming himself and his reactions as he played video games. And sometimes he'd act out skits with a toy frog.
He was a gamer.
He rubbed shoulders with some popular creators in YouTube's early days.
Yeah, that creator right there that they just showed before they showed Randy again. He got booted off of YouTube a couple of years ago and stuff like that. I forgot what his name was. I just know his face. But yeah, it's crazy how these YouTubers,
which follows the adventures of main character Danny Phantom, who became a human ghost hybrid after an accident involving the portal between the human world and the ghost zone. This is where Randy first saw the character Ember McLean. She was his first crush, and the moment he laid eyes upon her in his late elementary, he said he instantly felt something change within him.
Like, if you look at the poster behind me, those were inspired by Ember McLean, which is a ghost from a TV show called Danny Phantom, which started back in 2003, 2004. I was in late elementary school at that time. But this ghost, this woman always connected with me.
And really, keep in mind, you guys, this is the first time I heard of this guy, Randy, because I just got this recommended like earlier. So I decided to give my take on it, just my opinion on it from what I see. And y'all could have your opinions too. Well, I can't let the video play because if I let the video just play and not say that, then it will fall on for you. So I got to stop it and narrate it and stuff like that. So that's how fair use works on YouTube. Yeah, but I will let it play for a couple of minutes or so. Yeah. Thank y'all, guys. Thank y'all.
Ever since I first saw her, something changed. And it wasn't like I grew up or anything like that. Like I realized, oh my gosh, I'm attracted to girls and all this. No, it just, something changed. It was like a spark. And it just connected with me. It made me feel warm inside. And it felt very familiar, which was strange. It was like I'd seen her before.
He said his official Ember phase started in 2010, but later said this obviously wasn't a phase, but a realization. As Randy fell down the rabbit hole of this infatuation, he created his own spin-off character, known as
crazy,
along with his own animated series based on the show. This series was called Ember's Ghost Squad,
Yeah, it
inspired
was
by
a big
the play.
channel.
Randy was so invested in his animated series that he had stickers of his fictional characters on his car.
Oh,
What started out as a seemingly innocent partaking of a fandom was about to turn into something far more disturbing. But in hindsight, perhaps the signs of Randy's dark side were evident in his early years. As a child, Randy was described as shy. He desperately wanted friends and began struggling with thoughts of death in elementary school, fantasizing that he'd board a plane
have you
and it would
noticed a
crash
lot
so
of
it would be an
these
instant death. Death was even a reoccurring theme in the games
massive
Randy would play as a
killers,
child, making the childhood videos he'd upload all the more eerie to look back on.
either they don't have no friends or
I can't
they were
suffer. Not just
shy,
me, but all the people
boners and stuff.
who made me suffer.
His loneliness would follow him in high school. Though he described having a few friends, he never had a girlfriend or went on a date. It was during this time that Randy seemed to start crying out for help through attention-seeking behavior, such as writing stories in class where the characters would die horrible and gruesome deaths. He couldn't believe his teachers didn't care.
I must have wrote like 4 or 5 stories where the character got killed at the end. And I actually turned these in as assignments, and I never got like any like weird looks from the teacher or anything. She was a nice teacher and everything. Really great. Yeah, the teacher never like felt concerned or anything. I just remember not getting any feedback in terms of that. So I don't know what she was thinking, but
Soon enough, Randy started investing more time into Pioneer Productions, and it wasn't long before YouTube became his passion live. He eventually decided to dedicate
he
all
never
his
had a
time to his channel.
girlfriend.
It was during this time that Randy seemed to get more and more
And have y'all
isolated.
noticed
He was
that a
almost
lot of
always alone in his
these
videos.
creepos,
Something inside Randy
you know,
would begin to
they
break
go
in his
off
late
and
high school
kill
years as he
a lot of
prepared to enter the
people.
real world. He began
End
getting
up
poor
having
grades
some
as he
type
neared
of
graduation,
mental
and he hated his job
illness
working
or
at the
mental
supermarket.
condition, or
and high school
a lot of
was
never had friends,
typical
don't
teenager,
like
you know,
them,
just don't want to be here, don't want to do anything.
and so they
Bored
get
with my
on
life,
YouTube
I don't know what to do, I
and
don't know
just
where to
like,
go. You know, the typical teenage
you know,
drama you
they
deal with.
become a star on
Having no clue
social
what he wanted to
media,
do with his life, he started to go
and they
down
go
a dark path,
nuts.
fantasizing
go
about
hot
setting himself on
hey,
fire
why?
like the cartoon character Ember and taking his own life.
Yeah,
And
you know,
something would happen to Randy that would change
I
him
feel a little
forever.
bit bad. To
One of his
certain
friends,
things.
Tom, died in a car crash.
Tom Lynch. He was in my brother's grade. He's a grade below me, but I've had a class with him before and whatnot, so I knew him. And he died on his way to school in the morning, crashed into a tree, smashed into a tree, dead on arrival at the hospital. And that was the first time I got messed up. That messed me up.
Though he hadn't known Tom well, he said his death really affected him. His daydreams in class became consumed with either YouTube or death, and his growing fixation on the morbid subject would lead him to start a strange tradition, driving by the location of Tom's death every year on the same day he died.
When I'm not thinking about YouTube or my family or what I love, I'm always thinking about what happens after you die. I want to do everything I possibly can in life before I'm dead. And that's just a scary thought. It's like everything has to end sometime. I'll be dead one day. You'll be dead one day. It's not good to think about stuff like that. This is scary stuff. It is just weird. And I think about it too much.
Randy claimed to be struck by tragedy again after one of his newest friends, Matt, also suddenly died in a car accident.
Oh, shit.
He wrote in his journal, "Tom's death sucked the life out of me. Matt's death killed me."
Doesn't matter what you do, you're going to die. You'll end up dead one day. It's like right now. Someone right now is going to sleep. They're going to wake up tomorrow and be dead. Someone's going to die tomorrow. They just went to sleep. And they don't know that. They're going to go to sleep now, wake up tomorrow, go into the world, and they're going to die somehow. Car accident, heart attack, some other supernatural force or whatever. Yeah, I think about that a lot too.
Not much.
I think about death a lot. And I take no shame in thinking about dying a lot, but I seriously do think about death all the time. It's not a good thing. Death is not fun to think about. In a way, it's like an escape.
Not much. Just
Not long after Randy himself ended up getting into a car accident, and it was like this event flipped a switch in him, causing his obsessions to spiral into an even darker, deeper place. Randy began to fixate on the idea of getting older, and this idea terrified him.
He's like,
this fear would eventually warp into a
crazy.
disgust for
Like,
older
man,
people,
I know some
and Randy
crazy
decided
people
that
in my
living past
life.
the age of 30 was pointless.
Oh,
It was here that he decided he wanted to die young,
Shame,
soon.
you know,
There would be
Crazy.
no possible way I could live until I was
He's
60
all
something.
levels
Not a
of
chance in
crazy.
hell. Honestly, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people get up every day and go to like dead end job, come home, do the same exact
Exactly.
routine every freaking day, every freaking week.
Exactly.
How do you honestly do that? I was never able to compute it in my head. How do you live on this planet for decades upon decades upon decades? I honestly don't know how you do it.
At the same time, Randy was developing some other strange ideas involving the cartoon character Ember, writing in his journal. I miss my cartoon-like form. Bodies in this dimension are tolerable, but they're nothing compared to that dimension.
And that's when Ember came back into my life. It was in 2013. That was it. From that point forward, she never left my life again, ever.
Damn.
He became convinced that after he died, he would return to his true form, a ghost girl just like Ember, and that he'd live on with the fictional characters he created in Ember's Ghost Log, or EGS. This was what Randy called his big realization, that he didn't belong here on Earth.
Oh,
He
you
was
been
actually a
working?
ghost girl,
Yeah.
and the only way he could return to what he was truly supposed to be was by dying. During this time, he also began struggling with his gender identity, leading him to experiment with wearing bras.
Oh,
Yes. Well, it came down to was
Oh,
I felt like I
God.
was like
Wearing
transgender or
bras.
something. Like I felt like a woman the whole time. Which spiritually, I'm a woman. I'm a female soul. But I had to live in a man's body to do what I set out to do. It was my soul contract. That was
Crazy.
what I was meant to do.
He eventually
commercial. Commercial. Try to skip the commercials. That dude's word. Man, never heard of no one like him before. You know, when it comes to YouTube and stuff. Oh man.
and cross-dressed when no one else was home.
I was cross-dressing
Oh,
ever since high
golly.
school. When you guys would go to your bowling leagues,
Dressing up like a
you know,
female,
with-
yeah.
I
He
would
was
either
dressing up
film
like
a
a
YouTube
female. He
video
had all these
back in early high school,
weird
9th, 10th, 11th grade. I would pretty much always film a YouTube
weird
video
ideas.
between 9th and
He
10th
had
grade.
all,
And every
he
Wednesday
felt
evening
like
we would go out the
a
door. So I would either film a video, Or I
female
would
attracted
cross-dress.
men's body.
and that's
That's
something
crazy.
I kept to myself
That's
my
nuts.
whole life. I never told anybody about this.
He wrote in his journal,
He don't
I
have
sit
a
here
channel
alone on my bed
because,
full of emptiness. I'm wearing my
channel
girl
took
clothes
it
with my legs
down
crossed. Why am I damned to spend 2 to
because
3
he
decades
turned
in this
out to be a
disgusting
mass
body?
murderer.
I'm not a man. Sorry, Mom and Dad, but I'm not sorry. I'm a woman. Each and every day it gets harder and harder to live in this
But
body.
if he
I'm
does
wearing my
have a
female
channel, it's
natural
probably
selection shirt
made
with my
by
American Eagle
somebody
bra
else.
pants and black leggings. I guess the proper term would be
Probably
transgender,
one of
but
the
I don't even fully agree on that. I'm legit a girl trapped inside a
fan
boy's body.
channel or
I'm a
something.
femme soul. Randy began taking action to change his appearance in order to better match his ghost girls. He skipped meals when he could, surprised that his family didn't notice, and started shaving all of his body hair with a woman's razor.
Wow.
At first, he hid his razor in a drawer in his room, but then for some reason decided to keep it out in the open. Again, he couldn't believe that no one noticed. Perhaps it started to seem like nothing he did really made a difference.
You know,
Maybe he started thinking he'd need to do something more drastic to get
A girl's Venus razor there. There's this stuff that girls use to shave their legs on. My body every 3 days. It's just one thing to say is that white stain on the floor, like that splotch you'll see up my carpet, that was an Ember thing. I wanted to make my skin as white as possible to look like her. I wanted it to be completely white, so I bought this body paint, which was like, I don't even know what it was. It was like
transgender.
latex that like
He was
it becomes like glued to your
pretty
skin and
much,
you
you know,
gotta
that's
peel
what
it
it
off.
sounds like.
And it got on the carpet, and
You know,
then it got
crazy though.
freaking in my body hair. It was like
I'm sorry that
never
night
came out at
body
the
is
time.
blocking
What
you
little
or
body hair I
timing you
had at
out.
the time, anyways. But that's never came off. It's funny.
Oh,
You're
welcome,
over there
Harley.
sleeping, and here I am at 3 a.m.
Welcome
covering
back,
myself in
Harley.
this latex.
Randy's inner turmoil was far from over, and although his passion for Ember would continue to intensify, it wasn't long before he was forming a new obsession, the Columbine High School massacre. He
Ooh.
began frequently posting on a Columbine forum and participating in different threads, in a thread for sharing Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold memes. One post that caught his attention read, I know the students
Thank
finished the
you,
1999
Cosby.
school year at a nearby school, but I was wondering if
Yeah,
they still
this
had to
is
complete their
crazy.
final
Remember,
exams.
YouTube
What about exams for the
referred
injured?
you.
It'd be so mean to make Tucker take them after he got out of the hospital. Randy replied, I never thought about that. Ha ha ha. Tests had to be the last thing on the surviving victims' minds. Me, Randy just seemed like one of those people who, when he's interested in something, he dives in head first with an almost uncanny hyperfixation. But unfortunately, none of his obsessions were healthy. Now Randy was starting to get ideas. He was also starting to feel increasingly lost in life. During a live stream from 2014, 3 years before his plan, Randy suddenly announced to the dismay of his fans that he wouldn't be around much longer and would probably be leaving YouTube for reasons he couldn't state.
Damn, this
Leaving
guy
right
was
this
serious.
second. It could be a year. It could be a little bit longer than that. I don't have anything set in stone or anything like that. There's multiple reasons for it. I don't know. I don't really know.
I
what
wonder
to
why I
say.
never heard of it
Leaving.
because it happened a long
He
time
ranted
ago.
about how his YouTube channel was all he ever
going
wanted to do,
on
and how
years
graduating
ago.
from college for mass
Because I wouldn't
communications
even
was a
pay
waste of
attention
3
to
years
those
because it was a field he said he would never
years
enter.
ago.
He had his passion for YouTube, but after working at it for 6 years, he was sure he'd fail, having to accept this and figure a different way
Yeah, I
to seemed
agree.
quite
He
difficult
is.
for
He
him.
definitely is.
It's
You know, I
like
just-
it's not really like YouTube's not
Oh,
a job or
man.
anything like that, but it really is like I have.
And he was a
different jobs on
YouTuber.
it, like having to balance
You know?
each one. The one I care about most is YouTube, but it's not a job, and that's literally all my time goes into the YouTube channel. I just
Yeah.
can't deal with everything anymore.
He also talked about how much he hated his job at the supermarket, but he had to keep it for the money.
So he
Supermarket
worked,
for 4
and
years.
plus he was a
I'm about
YouTuber.
to set the place on fire. And now that's my only source of income, and I'm not making a lot. I wish I could just do this forever. I wish I could just interact with viewers, do videos, but life doesn't allow that.
He also alluded to something extremely telling.
There's so much more than just like real life problems. There's other stuff too that just.
Oh
in
no,
my
you
head
didn't get blocked.
of
It
what I
was the
want to
night
do,
bot that
and,
timed you
there's
out.
things I don't want to
earlier.
say publicly.
Yeah, but you're
It
not
would
blocked.
hurt a lot of people.
But somehow, even after this pessimistic live stream, Randy said that 2014 ended up being one of his best years. And so he held off on planning the grand escape from his human body. However, it wasn't long until he began to feel dissatisfied with life once again. And in 2017, he decided it was time. But before he could do anything, he wanted to finish off the EGS animation project he'd been working on. That, and he needed a weapon.
It's a
He
little
thought he'd be
chilly
able to go
today, you
forward with his big
guys.
plan in
It's like-
September, figuring he'd finish his
you know,
project by then. He tried to figure out a way he could decide the date based on
It's
coding the
gonna be
letters
hot.
EGS,
Yeah.
E being 5, G being 7, and S being 19, placing his big plan for 5719. But as the days went by, he realized he couldn't wait 2 years. He wanted to die. He could become the ghost girl that was clawing to get out.
14, 13, 12 days away from doing this, you know? This is it. There's a lot on my mind. If you're in my position, you'd have a lot on your mind too. Every day,
but
I have to make
damn.
count. You know, this is it. Just under 2 weeks to live. You got 2 weeks to live. What do?
Yeah,
God forbid if somebody
yeah.
does to me blocking the exits, I don't know what they say. I don't know what I'd say. Tired of the same old routine. Tired of everything but my girls.
He wouldn't have
In the
to
meantime,
lie.
Randy began
He
filming a
had
set
to
of
be
tapes
not
for his
happy
parents to
about
view
that.
after his death, planning to post them online just before he struck. He ranted in his journal about how much he hated
Something like
humanity
what he
and how he
did.
was a self-described narcissist who enjoyed watching the tapes
Yeah.
of himself
I
over
can see
and
that,
over
Adam.
again.
You've been a
Pages
narcissist.
upon pages of the journal were dedicated to rambling about the Columbine massacre, as he described again and again how he was sucked into the
Yeah.
world of Columbine, and how he felt a
Pretty
special
much we
connection,
all do,
especially
you
to
know what
Eric
I'm saying?
Harris. He also
You know,
revealed
you
he was
never know what
extremely
we gotta
homophobic
learn
and
each
racist,
day.
writing extensively about his hatred for gay people.
Now,
His
YouTube
goal to finish the
really-
animation project before he
Yeah,
died
yeah.
wasn't working
You
out.
know.
He complained in his journal that the voiceover artists he
Make
hired
you
weren't
lose
going fast enough,
control.
and he freaked out when an animator didn't want to work on his project because he wasn't comfortable with the theme. See, Randy's animation project was called The Westboro High Massacre. So all things considered, it's weird enough that he found anyone comfortable to even voice act for it.
Still have it. I sent the script in March. It's June 2nd. Where's my voiceovers, Laura, that I paid for? Where are they? Better have that voiceover by Monday, Laura. You're dead. It makes you feel like you don't even
Yeah.
matter. Remember that when you work with people in the future. I expected to have this months ago. At least say what's going on so I know. It makes me feel like
Commercial.
matter. What the ever? People are worthless. Nobody can care.
Yeah, you know.
That truth of life. Watch all my social medias. I can't believe he's dead. I'm so sad. I love this.
Nobody. You know,
haven't
he
seen
never
Jack
had a
on my
girlfriend.
social media
He
since
never went on
after
a
this
date.
happened. People be like, man, I wish
Barely
I
had
was
any
more.
friends. Nobody liked him.
Always what happened with my
But he
family.
was a
As much
big
as I love my
YouTuber.
fans, no one said Jack to me until I said something big. Like, oh, I'm leaving. Nothing
Well,
major
some
was
of y'all
happening.
might should
Looks
look
like I
him
didn't
up,
even
Randy
exist.
Stair,
Ever.
to see what pops up.
People can say they care about me all they want. You didn't show it. But I was subscribed to you for years. Who cares? You never said anything. People say they care. It's too late now.
But eventually, everything fell apart with the people he was working
What was
with.
his purge?
His project was stuck, and he
Yeah.
decided he'd had enough, that he couldn't wait any longer. He purchased 2 shotguns, writing in his journal, "You were a fool to trust me with that shotgun. Oh, mother, if only you realize you just signed my death warrant by taking me to that gun shop."
That just happened. That just fucking happened. Oh my goddess. Oh my goddess. I am armed. I am
I don't think any
armed.
girl would
I
want to,
got it. I
you know,
got
die
it.
like
2
this.
Mossberg 500
I
shotguns.
think a girl would
Boss
be
has been
nuts
trying to get
to
on
want to
day
die
shift
like
for second
this.
shift. He had an
Pretty much
opportunity to get it,
would
but
be
the way
just
things are
like
looking,
him.
he's not going to get it. So that also put me like
She
on the clock.
would
here
have
because, like,
to
he's
have
trying
his
to look for
mentality.
places to work. The way I
And
see it,
she'd
I
be-
can just barely have enough time
She'd
to
be
do all
one
this
of
for
those like
movies.
psycho.
I want it to be the night of June 9th. I can't tell my parents that I have 2
You know?
shotguns now. They know I have the one, but then if they see that I have the exact same gun, but 2 inches shorter on the barrel, they'll be like, oh, I
Crazy.
need that. And that's when it starts to get into like personal stuff. Like, why do you need 2 shotguns? You're scaring me. Please don't start buying more guns. You know, I have all the pieces. Just wait.
Yeah,
So far, it's been okay.
I
I've gotten
think
communication like, why are you obsessed with this Columbine?
no
Other than
girl
that,
would
I don't think people would actually like
want to
think I would
even
actually consider doing
be
something like this.
near
He
this
took over to
guy.
practice videos in what appeared to be in his backyard with someone else holding the camera and
You
filming.
know, a
It
girl
makes
would
you
be
wonder who
nuts
exactly
to
was
be
filming
around
him and
this
how they couldn't have realized
guy.
something was about to go very wrong. Especially
I
taking
just
Randy's
can't
shirt
believe
into
why people
consideration.
didn't
The
notice,
same shirt
you know,
Eric Harris wore on the
anything
day of the Columbine
odd
massacre.
about him or anything like that.
What happened next is
Stood up
almost
there.
unbelievable. Randy began deliberately leaving a disturbing trail of notes and tweets that he was planning something, and the date for his plan was June 7th. He was not being very subtle at all, but still nobody seemed to even care. In his journal,
Wow.
Randy seemed almost disappointed that his parents didn't notice he was planning something. He
Wow,
wore his
nobody
natural selection
knew, you
shirt
guys.
time and time
Nobody
again,
knew.
and was shocked that his parents didn't catch the reference.
Man,
Eric Harris had a white
he
T-shirt.
must have been
black
really
text,
good at
natural
it,
selection.
though,
I bought
because
3 of
man,
them. Yet none of you knew what I meant,
how
which
can
blew my mind. I didn't want to
anybody
tell you
not
that, so I
know,
kept that
you
under
know?
wraps.
Like,
That's a warning sign.
crazy.
He wrote, "How she hasn't questioned me or seen the
I
signs
think
is
he
beyond me."
died. Oh,
Looking back now, you might realize, geez, I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah.
You might just start having flashbacks in your head of certain things.
yeah, he
certain
is
situations where it's
Bill
like, wow,
Cosby.
that was one of them.
Yeah,
Or
he
that was a
is
warning
very
sign right
unstable.
there. Or,
He wondered in his
You know, I
journal
can
if he
just
would
tell
have
from
fangirls
the
who would
videos
obsess
and
over
stuff.
him. "That'd be great," he wrote. He began tweeting a series of alarming messages, not only on his main Twitter account, but on the variety of alternate Twitter accounts he had created to roleplay or pretend to be his characters.
you know, I wrote all this dark, brutal, morbid, grim stuff into my videos, and people ate it up and they loved it. They didn't realize that I actually meant it all. I started posting on all my social media how I really felt.
Wow.
Amber was always there in this dark place, like I mentioned. She fueled me to do this. I was like, she told me to do this. Do it for the Ghost Squad. You know, we need more souls.
He even convinced himself that one of his own fictional characters he had created, Mackenzie, was his soulmate. He drew himself as a ghost girl with Mackenzie holding hands, captioned, "Love this girl." Posing as these characters on multiple Twitter accounts, he took on their personalities and pretended he was all of them, tweeting at each other, but really just at himself. Before Randy's big plan, the Ember Ghost Squad Twitter account tweeted, "If you think Think your
Maybe
body is
not,
ready for
though,
June
yeah.
7th? Then you're gravely mistaken. 17 days is your calendar marked. Hashtag big things. Hashtag June 7th. As the days counted down to his plan, he posted under his Mackenzie account, "I can't take my eyes off the countdown clock." Andrew isn't crazy, just caught in the middle of two worlds and dimensions. People don't see or understand that. Looking back on these Twitter accounts just feels weird. As you're looking in on Randy's alter egos, Randy made his character Mackenzie calm and shy, while he made his other character Rachel violent and angry. In speaking through his characters, he would tweet back and forth about his plans in the wide open for everyone
Yeah, I
to see.
agree, Bob.
The only thing I can think is made content of the post Randy's way of really getting into the ghost-themed characters. But to him, the fun and games, the pretending, had ended a long time ago. What might be most notable about his accounts is his character Rachel's clear obsession with Columbine. Clearly, his two worlds were now inextricably intertwined. At this point, Randy was completely lost in his fictional world and convinced that he would die and come back as one of his characters. It was his own fantasy that would spell his doom. And as his social media antics continued and time slowly ran out, it should have been obvious to anyone following his Twitter accounts that something was very wrong. Here's where things get chilling. Randy wanted to go out with a bang. In a sickening twist, he decided it would all come down to a coin flip. Whether he would commit a massacre at home or at the supermarket where he worked the night shift. And this is what happened.
Okay, so here's the deal. Got a 1983 quarter right here. You believe in fate? Here's the fate test. I'm going to flip this 3 times, or the best out of 3, rather. And
how's everybody
if
doing
it's
in the
heads,
chat?
I'll do it here.
Everybody surviving?
It's tails. Supermarket.
Best of 3. Here we go.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
that's
touch it.
good.
You will see it as I see it.
Are you still there, Bob? Are you still there,
Find it. There it is.
Kenneth?
That's the tails. See that? 2. Looking at it. You land, you so there. Heads. Had to be, huh? Have
What's
to have
up?
it come down to the very last coin flip. Okay, this is it. For all the marbles. Except we're playing for like much more than marbles here.
He flipped on it. Wow. Oh,
I can't believe I'm having this come down to a coin flip.
what do you do for a living,
Flip of a coin.
Bob? If you don't mind me asking, what's your occupation?
Here it goes. 1, 2. Land behind the camera. Just to the side.
Trying to choose.
I can't
the
see it.
bag.
See it in the grass, but I can't see it.
Okay.
Tails. That is a tails, folks.
Yeah, he flipped on it. You know, like
Tails.
wow, shit. He was really serious about it. And people didn't
Which
even
means there's going to be a loss of human life besides my own.
notice anything. You know,
Possibly more.
wow.
That's fate for you.
You know, YouTube didn't know.
And
this.
just like that, it was decided with
No.
something as silly and trivial as the flip of a coin.
Maybe they
The fates of
did,
innocent
they
people
just
were
didn't
sealed, and they had no idea about any of it.
Take no action.
Growing your Instagram isn't hard. But most people do it
Yeah,
wrong.
that's crazy.
The old methods don't work anymore and can even get you
Man. I could never imagine being in this guy's shoes.
You hear that? That's how quiet it's going to be in my house for a week. I want to know how everyone's going to take this. How much they're going to cry. How long are they going to cry for? For all I know,
Well, this story could just be headlines one day around here and then be gone. It might become anything for all I know.
On June 1st, 2017, Randy posted that he was going to need the help of his fans the next Wednesday night. Randy said he needed someone to record a brief live stream of him.
I decided to broadcast it live on Facebook. I know something's going to end. The stream's going to get cut short and get reported.
Broadcast it.
In his next message on June 2nd, Randy talks about the Westboro High Massacre video he made, which he promised would come out on June 7th.
Yeah,
What happened? What the happened,
he's
man?
mental.
This is surreal right now, but
For
I
real.
can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this is going to be my last video. I don't know what will happen to my channel after this.
Okay,
I don't know
I
what
see
people are going
that,
to think of me
Bob.
after
That's
this.
what's
It
up.
doesn't bother me, but just looking at everyone at the supermarket, the manager's coming in, just messing around, talking about this, and 4 more nights, your whole lives are going to be turned upside down because of me. I'm going to fill your life up. I can't wait. I want that supermarket to be closed for like a month or go out of business.
Man,
Crime scene. It's going to be a crime scene.
I don't know why they hear about
Feel that
this,
everything would
years
just
ago.
be thrown away. Whoever would have thought that
till
a
early.
cartoon character would cause this to happen. A cartoon character. How can a
Sure,
cartoon
this was
character
all
bring
over
all
the
this out?
news.
And
That this
how is that
didn't
even
really
possible? The biggest question will
pay
always
attention
be
to it,
why.
probably.
I partially told you why. I'm not going to tell you everything. There's stuff that you still don't know that I'll never tell you. I'll take it to the grave. And
Like nobody reported it
I'm
at
not
the
a psychopath.
time.
I don't
or
hunt people down and kill them.
anything,
You need something
you know,
substantial. Dying.
Something
Take away
is
YouTube,
not
I'm
right
nothing. I mean, there's other dimensions out there besides Earth. There's
about
gonna be a
this
big eternal
story.
war. I would be laughing my white ghost female ass off when I get messages saying, I help people get through dark times, or I change their life, or my videos make them laugh their ass off or put a smile on their face. That's
Probably
all I
because he's
ever
a white
really wanted
guy.
deep
He was
down.
a black guy that
It wasn't
did this.
there in the beginning. Like in the
They
beginning,
would
I just wanted to be
report
like, I want to get famous from it.
to
That
the
was pretty much
police,
it. But I was like
to the
Onision that had an actual
FBI,
decent fan
everybody.
base, pretty much. Personally, I actually used to watch Onision back in
man.
2009. I used to use his music in my videos, and I just sort of went, like, all right, he's making really weird that I don't care about. So 'cause he was
Yeah, that's
cross-dressing,
what it
and
sounds
I'm
like,
no thanks,
Bob.
even though I cross-dress myself.
Man, they must have thought that he was playing or something.
On Twitter
He was
sometimes,
just
but people support it sometimes.
doing it for
It blows my
attention.
mind. It's like, cool.
But,
It's a
man,
man's world.
when people
Women are
show their
I'm gonna
true
miss you guys.
colors, believe
Really.
them.
Emotions
Believe
just
them.
aren't
Please
what they
believe
used to
them.
be. Yet the most random thing in the world can make you cry. But
No,
things
don't.
that are supposed to make you cry, they don't.
Don't think
You let
that
it
they're
go and
playing
Frozen made me
or
cry.
anything like that.
A lot. Not just once,
Because they
numerous
might
of
be
times.
really
Like almost every time
serious.
I'd watch the movie, and I watched the movie like 20 times. Life's real short. Sometimes it
Yeah,
feels
they
like an
thought
eternity,
that
but
he was
life's so
just
damn short. And look at me.
playing
It's
a
like I blinked and I was
character.
24 and a half. And I'll die
And
24
he
and a half.
really was playing a character, but he was actually serious. He's playing a real life character.
I sit here and I ask myself, would I do it all over again if I could? I'm going to be dead before next week ends. I'll be dead. Legit dead. This is it. So, okay. I'll miss you guys. I'll miss you a lot.
Man,
Some of you, maybe I'll see you on the
crazy.
other side. This is Andrew Blaze signing off for the last time. Enjoy the rest of your lives. Andrew, out.
And then in the early morning hours of June 7th, Randy took a strange and eerie video of the Wise Market grocery store, the place he
Wow.
worked for 7 years, and the same place that would later become a crime scene. In this
Ooh.
video, it seems he's scoping around the store and checking all the exit points. And it's incredibly haunting to watch, knowing what would happen just one day later.
Just give me
On the night of June
chills.
7th, just hours before the horror that was about to unfold, Randy posted his final video to YouTube.
Yeah, that's
His big animation
insane.
project. It starts out and shows him loading 2 shotguns, which he calls the twins, named Mackenzie and Rachel after his favorite fictional characters, before he stuffs them into a duffel bag.
I
Psychopath.
gave them the names. The first one I bought, I called Rachel, and then I called the smaller one Mackenzie, after Mackenzie West. As much as you might find it hard
Yeah,
to
most
believe,
killers are
in this poster,
psychopaths.
I'm the
you know?
one wrapping my arms around. That's
Narcissistic.
me.
Again, this is a reference to Columbine, as Eric Harris also named his firearm. But Randy didn't stop there. Eric had etched the name into the firearm, and Randy decided to do the exact same thing.
Now I duct tape the pistol grip thanks to Eric Harris.
It's in this video that he proclaims, "I've been stepped on my whole life, not anymore." I've had enough of this putrid planet, and I'm gonna
He
leave
had
my
a chip
mark.
over his shoulder.
Yeah,
He
kinda
felt some
dark.
type
And it
of way.
honestly
He
makes me
must
wonder
have
what was a bigger
been
motivator for him in the end.
whenever he
The rebirth as a ghost girl he so desperately
younger.
wished for, or simply getting the attention he desired for so long. You're looking at the beginning of his video right now, hours before what happened. At this point,
I don't
Randy isn't
know,
being
you
discreet.
know,
In fact, he practically
I
bragged that
have
something was
no
going to
idea
happen.
why
It was in
he's
plain
still on
sight now, and there was
YouTube.
still time to stop him, but still no
I
one
have
reported
no
a thing.
idea.
I started talking with a girl online, and I started talking to her about the shotgun I got. She was one of only 2 people I told about the shotgun.
Yeah, he
Clearly,
definitely
something dark is
told
about to
me.
happen, but I have to warn you that what happens next is extremely disturbing. Especially because this is the kind of thing that seems like it could happen
Yeah, he
anywhere.
probably got bullied because
The next
most
day, in the early morning hours of June 8th,
mass
24-year-old Randy
shooters,
was
they
working
normally,
his night shift at the
was
store. He and 4
bullied
other
or
employees
hurt
at the
or
store were stocking the
abused
shelves while they got
or
ready to
something
close.
whenever
It was well
they
after midnight, and the store was
in
quiet
like
as they were all
school,
pretty
high
tired.
school or
But because
something.
they all wanted to get the work done and head home, none of the other employees noticed that Randy wasn't actually
He
doing his
was on
job. Instead of helping
he was
close
on
the store and
Google
stock
Earth,
shelves, he was creeping to each of the exits and barricading them with pallets,
checking
trapping
out
everyone
all
inside. This calm and calculated preparation is especially
all
chilling to
the
me because
areas,
there were so many chances to second-guess the plan and turn back before it was too late. Randy took none of them. He
Wow.
casually walks to the emergency exit and pushes a pallet in
Yeah,
front
he
of the
is
door
a
before he
nutcase.
goes back to cleaning up the store. When he pauses again, none of his co-workers think anything of it, especially because Randy is on his phone. What no one knew was that Randy was sending out a few different videos and posts,
Crazy.
which were all detailed plans of the disturbing thing he was going to do next. On one of his Twitter accounts, he uploaded videos called Journal, Digital Set, and most concerningly,
Like how
called a
can
suicide tape.
he was able to upload all of this
Got this. Yes.
and
Yes. These are spider legs. Yeah. You're just doing the same thing.
and social
Read your clue
media
correctly.
And time. Who's Ranger?
How is this?
wouldn't catch hold of none of this stuff.
At 10 p.m., he tweeted as
You know,
Mackenzie. I hope we were able to
Oh,
get you
man.
through the day. I always say goodbyes, but it's more like see you later.
Yeah, it's nothing
Thank you,
news.
Mackenzie.
This stuff been
Just before
going
1
on
a.m.,
for
right before the
years.
massacre, he tweeted as Rachel.
Unfortunately,
Me and Andrew are going to give the world a little insight as to what really lurks around in
this
the
stuff been
shadows of
going
our
on
everyday
too
lives.
long.
As soon as he was sure that the videos and tweets were up, Randy begins his sinister plan. Something that
Too
everyone on
long.
the internet can now see coming. But his unsuspecting co-workers have no idea that they're trapped in a nightmare that Randy has already made sure they can't escape. Around
Yeah,
1 a.m. with the
apparently,
doors at the back of the building all
he'll
blocked, Randy
possibly-
marches his way to the main entrance to the store, where he locks the doors and blocks them with
Apparently,
another
though.
pallet. Then he pulls out the 2
Yeah.
pistol-grip pump-action shotguns he had hidden in the duffel bag that he brought to work. Randy had brought 2 guns just in case one of them breaks down on him or jams and he has no way of fixing it. As you'll see, Randy has taken great care to ensure that everything will go according to his gruesome plan. Eerily calm, Randy walks through the store, shotguns ready. The details of what happens next are debated, as the news accounts differ from what one of the employees says happened. I'll tell you all of it, so you can make up your own mind, but be warned, what happens next is terrifying. In the store with Randy are 25-year-old Victoria, 47-year-old Brian,
Oh,
63-year-old
my.
Terry, and 25-year-old
my.
Kristen. According to Kristen, she was in the same aisle as Victoria, working together to
Ooh.
restock the shelves.
Rest in peace.
Both girls have their
Yeah.
headphones in, with Victoria's music cranked up and Kristen's a little lower. The two are goofing around when Victoria goes further down the aisle.
Just
to
imagine
another
being
stack
at
of
work
labels,
and
completely
mass
unaware of
shooting
what
was
was
about to happen
happen.
and stuff.
I don't hate Victoria, but you gotta go.
You get,
Randy had written
caught in crossfire.
all of a sudden, from where she is standing, Kristen hears a few popping sounds
Words
followed
not
by a
even
thud.
safe.
Kristen doesn't know it, but Randy has just shot Victoria, first wounding her across the chest. But as she turned to run from
Yep.
him, he kept pulling the
And we
trigger,
could carry
shooting her from behind at the
it
base of her
in
skull.
Tennessee.
And then
They
Kristen's whole
just
world
passed the
turns
law
upside
with
down.
everything.
When she turns to see what the popping noise was, she's
Couple
met with
days ago.
Randy standing at the end of the aisle,
But-
several feet away from her, the guns in his hands and Victoria laying on the ground between them.
I ain't.
As she watches in horror and shock, Randy mercilessly
I
fires a
ain't
few more
care
shots
nothing,
into
but my
Victoria.
girl is though.
Then Randy
Yeah.
looks up and he and Kristen lock eyes as they stare at each other. Her feet are rooted to the ground, her mind racing a mile a minute, trying to comprehend what is happening. After a few hard
Yeah, he
seconds,
worked
fearing
at
which
that
Randy
place
must
and
have been debating
stuff.
killing her,
You
he just
know,
turns and
maybe
walks into
he
the other aisle. Now, this is one of the
maybe he
places
got
that it
bullied
differ,
there.
as Kristen says that
Maybe
she
he
made eye
was
contact with
fired
Randy
there
after
or
he shot
something like
Victoria,
that.
which is incredibly disturbing to
But it
consider.
looks like
But the
there's
other possible
nobody
version of
there,
events is even
though.
more eerie. Various
Nobody
news sources actually reported that
didn't
Kristen
really
hadn't heard the pop of gunfire at all.
see
Instead, they
him
alleged that according to CCTV
pretty much
footage,
in
after
there,
shooting
family
Victoria,
and
Randy
stuff
found
like
Kristen
that.
where she was working and eerily looms only a few feet behind
Hey,
her.
Elvis.
And the whole time she has no idea that he's
Good.
there. Randy has his shotgun still hot
How
from being
about you?
fired and just watches her for 5 seconds. Then he turns and goes into the next aisle.
Yeah,
I
pretty
don't know
much.
which count is true, but regardless,
Yeah,
both
no.
versions are incredibly
Bill
creepy.
Cosby.
In the
Piece
other
of
aisle,
crap.
Randy finds Brian, who shoots him from far away, hitting
Damn.
his arm, groin, chest, and the right side of his head.
So I would hate
3 of the
to
5 shots
work
Brian
in
was
there
hit with were lethal.
at that time
Randy also
period.
hunts down his oldest co-worker, who at this point had probably heard the gunshots. Terry Sterling is shot twice in the back and shoulder, and I imagine that he must have been trying to run away when he was killed. According to Kristen, while this was happening, she still hadn't moved. She was frozen in fear, sure that what she had seen was a bad prank, because how could it actually have been real? When she finally makes herself move, she runs to check on Victoria where she isn't moving. She even tries to shake her a little to wake her up, but though Victoria still has a heartbeat, she's in a critical condition. Kristen realizes she has to go and get help
Yeah,
because
I
she doesn't
would.
know where Randy is in the
Sure,
store.
I
She
would.
calls 911 on her phone while still in the aisle.
You know,
What
I
she
would
didn't
be
know was that it
really
was sadly too
scared.
late
You
for
know,
any
I
of her
would be
coworkers to be
like,
saved.
shit.
She
I'm
then
hiding
runs to the
somewhere. I'm
self-scanners in the
staying
store, and
there
as she does, she
until
can
the
hear even
police
more
come.
gunshots. At the scanner, she
'Cause I
can't see
ain't
exactly where
moving
Randy
out.
is, a very dangerous and
If
vulnerable
I
position
have
to
to
be
use
in.
the
So to keep
restroom,
track of
I'm
his
gonna have to
location, she
hold
takes
it
a
or
risk and
something
runs a
like
little
that.
further.
I ain't
When she spots him and his
moving.
back is turned, Kristen makes a break for the front door. Once there, she's able to reach past the pallet that Randy has blocked the exit with and finally unlock the door. But when she goes to push it open, her heart sinks. The door won't slide. Panicking, Kristen slams her shoulder into the door until it pops open, and she can run outside and into the parking lot. Even as a brief wave of relief floods over her, she knows she's not out of the woods yet. Her instincts are to run for a car, but when she sees Randy's vehicle, she decides to avoid it and keep running up a hill in order to hide behind a bush until help arrives.
So
While
I'll be
Kristen is
hiding.
escaping, Randy is still inside finishing his plan. Though he's managed to shoot all of
Hiding
his
or running.
co-workers
I
except
will
for
keep
Kristen,
running.
he opens fire on some of the merchandise in the store, shattering glass all around him before he shoots at a few of the small portable propane tanks. He wants them to blow up to destroy the store and him with it, but they don't explode. Randy
If the guy
continues to
was on
randomly
some
fire
type
in
of
the store
medicine
before he
or
decides that he has
something,
met
like
the
some
end
type
of his
of
thorough plan. Just as calmly as he made his way through the store, Randy then walks into the deli section where he takes his own life.
Yeah.
In a gruesomely short
Yep,
amount
you
of
never
time, a
know.
total of 59 bullets were
You
fired,
never
all from
know.
just one of the shotguns Randy carried. His last tweet was, "Goodbye, humans. I'll
This
miss
video
you."
is still
All
up.
3 of his coworkers died from their
Yeah,
wounds.
it's still
Only
up.
Kristen managed to escape. Even when talking about how she had fled the store, Kristen still has no idea why Randy didn't shoot her. And so we may never know why he chose to spare her. But I think the fact that most of Randy's shootings were from farther
Yeah,
away means that
exactly.
he was trying to distance
You
himself
know,
from
he
what he
could
was
have
doing.
just
And after looking Kristen in
got
the
help.
eyes, he couldn't
You
bring
know what I'm
himself to pull
saying?
the
Like,
trigger.
it's help
After
out
the chaos
there,
of the
you
attack,
know.
investigators were trying to
That's
understand
bad,
Randy's
you know,
motive that
why
night.
people
So they
just
searched his home where they found 7
Mm.
boxes of 12-gauge shotgun ammunition, shooting goggles, ear protectors, and a shotgun buttstock.
Yeah.
Police also ended up taking some of his notebooks with drawings and
he's going
cartoons
to
along with
hell.
his computer as evidence.
And he definitely
Together, these materials painted a clear picture for authorities, and digging deeper into his personal life reinforced that Randy was struggling with his gender identity and really documented his declining mental health. But the tapes he released that night, filmed over the past year,
Yeah,
planning the
you gotta
supermarket
pack,
massacre,
man.
were
You
the
never
most
know what's
telling,
going to happen.
especially
You know,
the
you could be
strange
in a
details he focused on.
freaking
You see, Randy was
doctor's
acutely concerned that his
office
parents would
something
throw away his
happened, or you
posters
could
after
be
what
at
happened
work
is something that really shows how
doing your
narcissistic he
job,
was.
and
In the
next
middle
thing
of
you
planning the
know,
massacre, he was
some
worried about his
nuthead
posters.
come in there
One thing I honestly
with a
hope that you
rifle
guys
or,
do, give these posters
you know,
to
it's
fans.
crazy.
This room was something special. You know, the posters completely blur the room. It looks amazing in here. Nobody's room looks quite like mine does, if you really think about it. It's very unique. I mean, you'll have my phone and all that. You can
You
just post
know,
on my social
and
media.
people that's
If
against
anyone want
gun
these,
rights,
And I
man.
autographed the back of them. I autographed the back of all of them.
Please,
So, they're
I'm
worth
all
something.
for.
But what's most clear in his tapes
dead
is how
rights.
baffled
I'm
Randy
all
was
for,
that somehow
people
no one took
tackling.
notice of the warning signs, especially his parents.
The warning signs were always there. They were there from the beginning. You can always say,
You know?
what if? What could we have done?
I
How
think
did we know it was all
everybody
there
should be able to
Welcome
pack.
to reality.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a dangerous world out there. You know what I'm saying? You can be minding your own business, walking down the street, and next thing you know, somebody try to roll up on you. You know. That happened.
Cartoon character Ember is a goddess.
I believe in a goddess, which is
That can
Ember.
happen.
He went so
anywhere,
far as to
bro.
document his unapologetic anticipation while sitting in his car, talking about
He
how his
must have
colleagues
been
are
living
blissfully
in a
unaware of his
type of
plans.
town
There are
where
hours and hours of tapes to pour over, and
where
that's what
people
makes this case so chilling.
just get
Something I
cat,
found shocking was just how precisely
or
Randy had
didn't
planned
take
everything
him
that was going to
didn't take
happen.
him serious
Not only did
at
he know
all.
who he would be working with and made sure to have 2 guns so nothing would stop him, and had videos
Yeah.
ready to upload in the hour
I don't
directly
really like
preceding the
that.
shooting. Randy also
that
took the
fact
time to
that
send an
Joe
email to the
Biden
actress who
is
voiced the
trying to
cartoon
take away
character
guns,
Ember in the series he had created. Less
Wants
than an
to take
hour
away
before he shot his
guns,
coworkers,
that's
Randy
tough.
thanked her and
People
said
gotta
that by the time
protect
she read the
themselves,
email, he would be
in the
dead.
dangerous world.
Clearly, he had some very strange priorities in his last moments.
It's
But what's really
starting-
crazy
it's
about
gonna
this
be
email
starting
is
to
that
be
in
like
it,
the
Randy
Wild Wild
apparently
West,
claims that he had a true purpose to his videos,
So do some of
including
y'all
the
know
final
about the
one,
Wild
the
Wild
promised
West
Westboro High
story?
Massacre. The voiceover actress didn't go into the details about what exactly Randy's true purpose for the
he
videos
was
were, but I'm
definitely
guessing it
living
had
in
something to
fancy
do with his
world.
belief that when he died, he would cross over to the animated world. Now, this may
This
sound
is
like the end
America.
of the
This
story
is
to you,
our
but
right.
it isn't.
Exactly.
And Randy didn't think it was the end either. Again, all of the
Bill
videos that Randy
Cosby.
uploaded just before
Exactly.
he took his own life told his side of the story. The bio of his Twitter profile even said that he was speaking from before and beyond the grave.
Oh,
Watching his
God,
videos, I
the
realized that they
grave
show
total.
a slow progression from the funny and goofy guy in his earlier videos into the monster who would show up on the night of the shooting. I actually found it really surreal to watch the Westboro High Massacre video myself. It starts with a swear-filled rant before it shows Randy readying 2 rifles, which were the ones he
Did they
used in the
make a
shooting,
movie
and it even includes a few cutaways
about this? That's similar to this. I'm pretty sure that they did. Sure they got a movie out like they're similar to this story. How long is this video? It's like 46 minutes at 49 seconds. But I ain't gonna play the whole video though. I was narrating it earlier. Yeah, y'all done heard enough. Wow. Man. I just don't get it. I might as well play some more of it.
scenes that show him in the grocery store. Of course, showing the place that would later become a crime scene was disturbing, but it was made all the weirder by being followed with sections of Randy playing on a schoolyard playground. Still, what makes the whole thing even more bizarre is the overall poor quality of his legacy video and the hundreds of comments below it ridiculing him for exactly this reason. Randy even went so far to make part of his final video a tribute to himself, with clips of him playing and sad music underneath. It's interesting to consider why exactly.
Yeah, the videos, his videos were really, really poor quality. Wow. Yeah, I'll play the rest. Yeah, so that way y'all can know the full story.
Randy targeted the supermarket. In his journal entries, he talked about how targeting the supermarket would be lame. But for some reason, he did it anyway. As it turns out, Randy said in one of his videos that his father was a manager there, and the two weren't exactly getting along.
once I started having lousy grades and applying for jobs, and I hated him. Didn't even want to look at him.
So
and
his
then all he
father
seemed to care
was
about
a
was like
manager
me getting a full-time job and making money,
at
and
the
then trying to move
supermarket
out of
that
the
he worked
house
at.
and start my own
Wow.
life and all this, which I knew I was never going to do. Prime example of people I hate in this world. Prime example of someone who could be nice and happy and easygoing and joking one day
I
to
think that he wouldn't
better
happy
straight
with
out
himself.
life
I
the
don't
next.
think
I
that,
thought I could be
you
bipolar
know,
too. Good
he
Lord.
would, he was just unhappy with the world. I think he wouldn't have
Find another
himself.
job. That's what you tell me to do. But you hated your job for years. What'd you do? You took it out on your family.
Well,
Way
a
to
guy
go. That's definitely the answer to all your problems,
that
isn't it? Hear
pretty
that?
much
That's me
he
clapping and
he
applauding from
turned
the heavens above.
he
When's the last time you ever said you were proud of me?
he was
When's
a
the last time you ever
YouTuber.
said I love you? I'll tell you one thing.
He
Back in
turned
elementary
from
school, middle
being a
school, I used to
YouTuber
worry
to a
about dad dying
mass
the most out of
murderer.
anyone in this house. Because I loved him back then. Once high
And he's
school
making all
took
these
off
weird
and
type of
college and all that, I
videos and having
found it
these
impossible to love.
fantasies
I
and
just started hating
sex
guys
and
more
all
than
that
anything.
stuff.
Something I tracked down which gave me a new insight beyond what you might find about the Weiss Market shooting was Randy's autopsy report. In addition to the gruesome details of his death, the autopsy revealed a couple of really interesting things. And as I go through what I found, the details will only get more intriguing. Reading the autopsy report, I found out that Randy was wearing black makeup at the time of his death. The report says that it was on his lips and in orbit patterns, which made me think that he had drawn his makeup to look like the swirls that Ember from Danny Phantom wears around her eyes. When his body was found, he apparently had women's clothing on underneath his regular clothing. And here's the most interesting find. Randy had 372 milliliters of diphenhydramine in his system when he died. For those of you who don't know, diphenhydramine is Benadryl, and you should never take more than the recommended amount, as it can be fatal. But Randy had ingested way over the maximum that anyone should ever take. As soon as I saw this, I realized something. Randy would have been essentially suffering from an overdose that night. His vision would have been blurred. He could have felt really confused, unsteady, or drowsy. And most startlingly, he could have been suffering from seizures and hallucinations as well. I can only speculate about why Randy may have chosen to take this much of something that would harm him. But I think it's interesting to consider that he could have been seeing or hearing things that way. Of course, he had been planning this attack for a long time, and any hallucinations may not have affected what he did. But another really interesting element of this whole thing is Randy's own comments about drugs. In his own tapes, he talks about how he isn't interested in drugs. So why did he take a harmful amount of Benadryl that night? Was it to ensure that he didn't back out of his plan? Some people have speculated that he may have been hallucinating the animated character Ember. In a 2018 interview, Kristen came forward to speak on her experience, and she emphasized that Randy was suffering from a mental illness, and that the man who carried out these evil acts wasn't the person she and her co-workers knew and loved. This was someone different. After speaking with other employees, she says everyone agreed on one thing. They never saw this coming. And maybe that's the scariest part about this whole story. Whether it was a slow, inevitable buildup or a sudden snap, nobody could see the hidden demons just below the surface of Randy's quiet and unassuming demeanor until it was much too late. Although nothing can reverse this awful tragedy, perhaps it can serve as a lesson of the kinds of warning signs that may be able to alert us that.
Yeah, you know, like, I know some crazy people in my life, but they would go this far, you know, like, you know, life is too precious, you know, it's too short to really take another life, take multiple lives. And besides, not only multiple lives, but take, you know, your life too, you know? Just like, man, I just don't understand it at all. Yeah, they probably knew that he was a weirdo, something weird about him. I think they might have just didn't care, you know. So, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. So, so y'all think this could have been prevented? Anything could have prevented it from happening? Please leave your comments down below. Yeah, I sleep. It's just a weekend. That's why I'm not asleep. Decided to do this story and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, man. Crazy. I can't wrap my head around it. But it was very interesting though. Yeah, probably so. They probably didn't know or didn't think that he was gonna go through with all of it, because you don't know until it happens, until it's too late, That's why when you see somebody acting a certain way, you gotta observe them and yeah. Yeah, I never knew this guy that like that, I just heard about him earlier, you know, and he seemed like he had a big channel or something like that. He had a lot of subscribers, a lot of fans. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Nah, I don't except for 4th of July, you know, kick it with my family, kick it with my girlfriend, which my girlfriend is passion, and her son. That's my family. Oh, you drunk? What are you drinking? What did you drink? Yeah, I might not even drink nothing on the 4th, though. But I've been hearing people pop fireworks and stuff. I might tomorrow night I might just maybe go see where the fireworks is and then blog it or something like that. Okay, yeah, I tried that before. I think I tried that last year or somewhere. Try that kind of beer. Yeah, people can turn really cold. You just never know. You know, you be normal. You be normal, and then you just turn really, really, really crazy. So. Oh yeah, you faded. Yeah, with Bird, haven't been really feeling the urge to drink any Bird up like that. Yeah. But if I do drink it, probably wine coolers or something like that. Probably something that's not strong. Probably just have a couple of sips or something like that of something. Because last time I got so drunk, sure, I was on cloud nine. I was throwing up everywhere. And I normally don't throw up when I get drunk. That was crazy. I'm glad I didn't go live that day. They'll throw it up. Y'all would have seen the embarrassment. But whenever I get drunk, ever since I've been here, I don't, broadcast that kind of stuff. Yeah, just it would be a big embarrassment to me. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I did get drunk though. When I was at my old apartment though. I think it was on my birthday. Yeah, it was on my birthday, and plus I got drunk on Labor Day, and then St. Patty's Day, and then 4th of July, and then I think maybe New Year's. Yeah, you don't want to broadcast it because it might come back and haunt you. Oh, you live in Broken Arrow? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I moved out January 29th in with my girlfriend, Miss Passion. Yeah, I've been living with her since then. Yeah, I was living in Oklahoma City all my life, most of my life. But I found the love of my life on YouTube through like shorts, like YouTube shorts. And I moved there with her like months afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, I know where Broken Arrow is. It's nearby like Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah. I lived in Tulsa for a year or so before. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes when you work and you really don't have time, you know, with working so much. But I'm glad to see you though. Glad that you came in here though. Horror movie, man. I would say Halloween movies. Yeah. I would say the Halloween movies. Like Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, they supposed to come out with a Halloween movie. I think, if I'm not mistaken, another Halloween movie sometimes this year, but they postponed it last year. So yeah, I think that they supposed to come out with a new Halloween movie with Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. Yeah, I like his character. You know, the guy that plays character. Oh man. I need to lay down. I need to watch a movie and then fall asleep. You know, need to get off of here. But, hey, I love talking to y'all guys. Cause y'all my good friends, good supporters. Yeah. But it seems like it's like a bit chilly outside, So, yeah. Yeah, it's some things you just don't broadcast, get drunk or high or anything like that, because it might come back and haunt you. All right, bro. All righty. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. All righty. Yeah, because, your past would definitely haunt you when you do something like that. So you gotta be really, really careful. Yeah, I'm dropping another single out. It's called Dummy. A song I made last year, a year ago, over a year ago. It's coming out July 13th. And I need to find some time to really work on some new music and stuff like that. Just been busy with other stuff. Oh, here, no, I don't think it is, I'm not really for sure, but I know back in Oklahoma it was. It was fully legal in Oklahoma. Yeah. They had dispensaries in Oklahoma like everywhere. But people still smoke it though, regardless of what, So they might as well make it legal in 51 countries, 51 states, I mean, because they added the state some years ago. I think from what I heard. Yeah. So, but I don't smoke it because last time I smoked it was last year. It was like around, I think it was November last year. And I think I smoked it. I smoked it way too much, way too fast. And then I was like in the zone. I took a shower. There was a time when my electric was off because of uh, the ice storm and everything. Y'all remember me streaming in the hotels and stuff? That was around that time when I smoked it. Other than that, I don't really smoke it. Yeah, I just smoke cigarettes and blacken my house and stuff. Last time I smoked it, but I got piss test from my job, got fired. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah. I wonder if it's a way that people can smoke it and like not get like fired, from their job. Like, wonder if it's a loophole around it. Is a way around this people that smoke it and then work and everything. Yeah, it was. Cause I know some people work and they smoke weed every day. They get high every day, maintain their job. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a loophole around it where some people are able to keep their jobs and smoke weed and stuff. Yeah, and some people even get yeah. And people go to work high. That's the worst thing to do is go to work high, and or drunk. Yeah, that's a easy way to get fired. But yeah, I agree with you. It is stupid though. Yeah, but hey, it sucks that you lost your apartment, over that. You know, you had to move in, back with your parents. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Never went to work high. I worked on Saturdays for them, and they did me like that. You feel me, bro? Yeah, I feel you. I definitely feel you. Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't go to work high, they should never fired you, in the first place, especially if you didn't go to work high. Yeah, some people is definitely lucky, a lot of people are. Yeah, that's good. It's always something else out there, you know. Oh, you make more money. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, that job was probably a shitty job anyways. Thank God though, you making you know, good money now. So yeah, yeah. I worked some shitty jobs before and I worked some good jobs too. Well, till I got laid off. And then after that, I got laid off in 2019 of March. It was hard to find another job. Okay, Harley. I'm about to get off because I don't want to fall asleep. About to go in the house because it's like late in a couple of hours. It would be daytime. So, but yeah, thank y'all for coming in and talking to me, and I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all come back and stuff more often. I know Harley will always come back more often. Yeah, it did. Like, pretty much yesterday, me and my girlfriend and her son went to go to Boomland to get some fireworks, and man, their shelves were empty. They didn't have hardly anything, barely. Okay, for sure. Fall asleep in the car. That would be something, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's why I need to get off and go in the house and everything. Yeah, because of the COVID, they got, limited supplies. Yeah, man, it screws up everything. It just screw up everything. Yeah, I know. Yeah, when the COVID was going on, I noticed that the meat prices was going up, and all the produce items were just like you know. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. Yeah. They still got to make money. Yeah, she would be. Yeah. I guess they got to make more money even during this pandemic. All righty, you guys. Peace out. Have a good one. Take care of you guys. Bye bye.